Good morning to all. Today's class, first of all, introduce myself. I am Dr. B. Purnima Senapati, Assistant Professor of History, Fatima College, Madurai. Today's class, we are going to see about the revolt of 1857, the first war of independence against Britishers. So let me start with the introduction. The revolt of 1857 was the conscientious beginning of the independence struggle. So the 1857 revolt, it's like first war of independence, and we have another name of this revolt is the mutiny of Sipahi. And then the Sipahi mutiny is mainly brought out by the Sipahis, especially the hero of the mutiny is Mangal Pandey. So before that, it is 100 years of struggle. Then only we get independence on 1947 August 15. So before that, we have the South Indian rebellion in Tamil Nadu, especially the South India, as well as the Palayakar rebellion. It was the same war was continued with this Sepai mutiny. So this war of independence marked the end of the rule by the British East India Company. The India was directly ruled by the British government, though the representative called as a Governor General. And this was the map that was shown how the revolt was started, the point of the revolt as well as the end of the revolt. So Meerut too, as well as the British control area, and then the area of the Sipahi mutiny was also rounded in this map. Next, we start with the causes of the revolt. Certain causes as also has something else for the revolt to be initiated. So first, let me see with the religious and social causes. So the social causes mainly because of the racial discriminations was the major reason for the revolt of 1857. The whites was also started the interfering in the religious and cultural affairs of the Indians as well as tortured them as well. They engaged the Indians led the revolt of 1857. And next one is the political cause. The major political cause of this revolt is the Nawabs and Zemindars. So these were the major things, as well as they have to be very unfair of the policy of the trade and commerce, as well as the policy of indirect subordination, subsidiary alliance, and the policy of war and annexations, and the policy of direct subsidiations and doctrine of Lasky. It was brought by Dalhousie. In Awadh was annexed. So this was the major cause of this political cause. And we have to see with the economic cause of this 1857 revolt. That was the major cause. One is the permanent settlement in Bengal and Mangalwadi settlements in Central India and Raidwari settlement in South India. This major things is brought the economical impact of the society as well as the 1857 revolt was being brought out. The various the peasants were heavily taxed by the Britishers at the time of the government. They was ruled by the greatly encouraged by this permanent settlement. It was totally the exploiting of the settlements. Next, we see about the military caste. So the military caste, especially the Indian soldiers, they might have to be not respected when compared with the British officials, as well as they being ranking even the pensions and the salaries as well as the promotions. That is all subjugated in the military things. The European counterparts faced so much of things in the discrimination. So that was the major things of this military causes. So next we see about the immediate cause of this mutiny is the greased cartage was used by the Sipahis. It was manufactured because of the pig and cow. That was a major cause and immediate cause of this revolt. So next we see about the Vellore mutiny. The Vellore mutiny took place even before the revolt of 1857. It was back between the 50 years before. The 10th July 1806 in the Vellore, the present day of Tamil Nadu, the brutal attack between the Indian Sipahis in the East Indian Company. Next, the important leaders that was associated with the revolt of 1857. So I just go with this Delhi. So Delhi was the center part of India. So Bahadur Shah too was the last Mughal ruler of that time. So he was the general Bagtakon, and as well as the Lucknow. Lucknow is also one of the provinces in India. So the Begum Hazrat Mahal and Kanpur Nana Sahib and Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai and Bihar Kanwar Singh and Rajasthan Jadal Singh and Fakrepur was the Dajil Hazar Khan and Assam was the Manipuram Dutt Parga and Orissa that was the Sarandar Shagal and Ujjal Sarkar. And some of the leaders that associates with this revolt, you can see the pictures of Rani Lakshmi Bai, Kanvarsi, Dandiya Tope, and Bahadur Shah, and hero of this revolt is Mangal Pandey. Next, we see the immediate reasons of this revolt 1857. So, the 1857 that was Enfield was rifle. The cartridge had been beaten before the loading hit the gun, and the Indian sepoys believed that the cartridge was greased with either pig fat or made from cow fat. This was against the Hindu and Muslim sentiments and religious ideas. And you can see this Enfield rifle that was flashpoint to enrage the soldiers against the Britishers. Next, we have seen this Mangal Pandey was the 34th Bengal Native Infantry, declared the rebellion against the commanders and fired the first shot at British officers. And he was married and hanged a few days. The regiment was disbanded. And needed there was a large cantonment that more than 2,000 Indian soldiers. On 24th April, the commanding officer of this Bengal light cavalry ordered his troops to barricade and the drill of the men expected to refuse to do so. So the 85th Sepoys was countermined and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment on 9th May. All the accused, the soldiers were stripped uniform and shackled publicly before the whole unit. And next slide, we are bringing about the causes of the failure of this revolt. Why the causes? Why the failure? So the failure was not coordinated by the proper leaders, as well as the campaign has been not organized, and the information was not passed by the soldiers, was not properly managed. So that was the important reasons. Apart from that, we have some of the failures of this revolt. That is, the revolt was eventually not successful in ousting the British from the country because of the several factors. One of the best important factors for this failure is the Indian rulers who aided the revolt did not envision any plan for the country after the British were defeated. Majorly, the North Indian was affected by this revolt. The three presidencies of Bengal, Bombay, and Madras remained the mostly unaffected, and Sikh soldiers also did not take part in the rebellion. After suppressing this rebellion, the East India Company rule was ended, and the control of the British position in the subcontinent went to the British Crown directly through the Government of India 1858. The government made many changes in the financial and military policies. In India, the British monarchy, Queen Victoria, proclaimed her Indian subjects, would receive similar subjects to enjoy the British subjects. Next, the Queen's proclamation, that was the best result after the 1857 revolt. It was a remarkable act that was passed in the Indian history. That is, on August 2nd, 1858, Indian administration passed from the East India Company to the British government. This is an important event in the history of India. The significance of this Queen proclamation, that was ruled by the Queen in 1858. The company rule started in 1857 with its victory with the Nawab of Bengal and Suraj Dowla in the Battle of Plassey. After many battles such as Battle of the Busker and Anglo-Mysore wars, and more areas were brought under the company's control. The subsidiary territories of the company with various Indian princes and also the sovereignty of the company. The company rule in India was marred and mismatched and rampant corruptions among the company officials. Thank you for watching this video.